How to stop procrastinating. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to Scarcity Lifestyle, where we talk all things fitness, finance, and sometimes we procrastinate. Guys, welcome back to the channel with a brand new video. And yes, I did have to dress up for today's video because I was kind of lagging on this video. I was kind of procrastinating on it, if you will. But you know, I had to motivate myself. But here we are now, and before we get started, guys, I do motivate that you guys hit the subscribe button, give a like to this video, comment down below, are you currently procrastinating? And also, I do want to mention that I did start a Patreon. Thank you to anybody who has already subscribed to the Patreon. And if you're considering, and if you do like the videos on this channel, go ahead, link is in the description below. You'll be able to help me out financially. It'll help out a lot. Thank you guys once again. Pretty much the vacations are over and we're back to school and we're back to our jobs. We are back to how we were before. But guys, the truth is that a lot of us do have that bad habit of procrastinating. If you are a human, if you have a brain, you typically procrastinate. You have done it more than once and multiple times in a day. Because a lot of times it falls down to this, that we think that we have enough time. Let me put it into a scenario for you. Have you ever had a paper due or a project that needed to be done and you had a deadline and it was pretty big, and then you thought maybe I'll do it tomorrow, and for some reason it just like this huge weight just kind of came off of you and you're like, I just feel so good. I'm good now. I could do it tomorrow. But the truth is tomorrow never comes, because what is today's tomorrow, which is yesterday's tomorrow, which is today, yesterday's tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes, and then you had the whole week to do it, but you're there doing it the last minute. I have experienced that in high school and even some in college. But guys, a lot of people, we do it even in our jobs. But today I want to talk about, why do we procrastinate? Why is that? Typically procrastinating falls down into two reasons. Number one is that the task that it has to be finished is pretty big to the point that gives you anxiety. Or number two, the task is very boring and that you have no motivation to do it. Let's talk about the former. What do you mean it's so big? Whenever you have a giant deadline and you have to do it and it's huge, say it could be the end of the semester project, or maybe like a huge essay that you need to do, and they tell you have a week to do it. First, you might start thinking, well, how can I get that done? You try to break it into segments, but you end up not being able to do that. You end up pushing it to the very minute because you really don't want to get started on it, because you're like, man, that's just so big, until it finally comes to the moment where you don't have a choice and you just have to do it, or else you gotta face the consequences. And then there's the other side, when a topic is way too easy, you've done it so many times, like take out the trash, like do this. For me, it was this YouTube video. I was kind of just like, man, I gotta do another one, and I was kind of putting it off for a little bit, for a few days. But it was really because, not that I find making YouTube videos boring, but because I find struggle in making the editing process with my crappy computer.
Hey, that makes me really sad.
Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. It just took forever, to the point that I was kind of getting fed up with it. I had to take a day off or so, and then I was like, okay, no, I'll do it later.
2 hours later.
But truthfully, it's tomorrow's video time. I gotta do it. So, put on my best clothes, here we are. And guys, those are typically the main reasons. Those are the reasons why we procrastinate. Something is too boring or something is too hard, and we put it off, and we rather, we'll do it later. We could do it later. That's where we procrastinate. But guys, I'm gonna give you 3 tips how you can stop procrastinating today. First, dress for success. Pretty sure you've heard that. I haven't heard that since high school. Dress for success. See, I thought I put on a nice suit, put on a nice watch. You can't see, I even have the shoes. I'm all dressed up because I was like, I'm gonna do this. I gotta get some motivation into me. For all of you students, right? You guys have classes online. You know, if you guys really want to stop procrastinating, stop doing all your stuff that you have to do online in chancla. Ooh, chancla. Why? Because if you do it in chanclas, you're gonna find yourself not being motivated. You're gonna put yourself. This is crucial for anybody who works from home. If you try to do any work with your sandals, or with whatever, in whatever clothing, you're gonna find yourself unmotivated, almost unwilling. So you kind of gotta dress up. Why? Because it puts you into that mental state in order to be able to complete. Second thing, and this is for when the task feels big. They say you gotta eat an elephant one bite at a time, little by little, little by little. So when a task feels huge and you have a deadline, you have to break up that task into multiple parts. You can't do it all at once. You have to break it little by little. So for example, you have an essay to do, so you gotta break it up. When is it due and how many parts is it? And then you gotta just break it up little by little to see how much it exactly has to be. And the third thing is, whenever something feels boring or repetitive, you're gonna have to go ahead and add something else to the plate. Do something new, do something creative. That's why typically whenever I'm making these videos, I try to do a little something different. Either add a prop, do something different. Why? Because it adds a little bit of spice. With that little bit of spice, you get a little bit more excited. Right? Because whenever you do something over and over and over again, you kind of get bored of it. That's the truth. So in order to stop procrastinating, do something different. Better yourself. If it's working from home and then you work in video editing, for example, do something bigger. Do something different. And keep challenging yourself like that, because little by little, you are going to grow. Guys, procrastinating is something that we all do. We all fall into that category. And if you're anything like me, you have procrastinated. We all procrastinate. We all do it. But we do not want to fall into that habit of constantly doing it, because we're gonna just be completely overwhelmed. Well guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed a quickie today. Just a little something nice for you guys. Well guys, with that, I'll see you guys next time.